What's up, y'all? My name is John Ravenel Jr., and my stage name is John Kind. I own John Kind Studios LLC. It's a media company, and it's always been my dream to pretty much do music and art and share my thoughts and ideas. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do a freestyle where I just share my thoughts about life and things and see what resonates with you guys and just move from there. So, I grew up very unconventional. I was diagnosed with ADHD and anxiety and depression at a very young age. And so there was a lot of misinformation that was given to me about who I was. I was told that I couldn't focus. I was told that I couldn't do this and couldn't do that. And I really believed it because when I saw the grades and the quizzes, I had some A's and some B's, but mostly it was D's and F's. And teachers were having like these meetings with my parents, like, well, mainly my mother, and just saying, man, John is a brilliant student, but if he could just focus, then he would do so much better. And that would just dig because I was trying my hardest. I was putting in the work. I was up 3 in the morning just trying to figure out the lesson plan. And so all those things stuck with me. I didn't know it would follow me into adulthood where I'm working on projects that things that I'm clearly pretty much qualified for. And I'm doubting myself. I'm doubting my abilities, and I didn't know what was up with me. Something felt off. So I just really started getting into prayer, getting into the Word, reading the Bible more, and not too much like in the church as much as typical Christians and things like that, but really just reading the book for myself and just meditating on the Word and just understanding life for myself and going through events and just reflecting on them, like seeing what went wrong, what went right, what was the underlying lesson that I was supposed to learn, because there's always a lesson in every event and something that's going on if you're curious to see. And so I went through this process of just trying to figure out who I was really through these events. I really thought I was who my family said I was because I was always down to be there for them whenever they needed something, whenever they felt like they need someone to talk to about something personal in their relationships or what's going on in their mind and their head. But I wasn't extended that same courtesy. I felt like I was too much. Like, dang, like maybe everyone else got the right size problems and I just got too many big problems, and that put me on this journey of trying to perfect myself, watching videos, doing different things to kind of cookie cut myself into this person that could be acceptable and someone, not only to me, but to my shame that I felt. I didn't really feel all of that importance in myself. I grew up very much like with the opposite affirmations, like I was getting invalidated, to be honest, a lot more than validated. And I'm grateful for it now. I can smile about it at 32 because when I look back at all that, I'm gonna call it training, it prepared me for a day like this to where I can be a guide or helpful to people in the world in some points in their journey. I don't know how God is going to use me, but I'm just going with my heart, the information. And I'm telling you, I could save you some time right now. Love yourself. It is very cliche and it's very, yeah, I heard that, but it's really, really real. Loving yourself isn't like, ooh, yeah, I love myself. I mean, if that makes you react that way, but that's not loving yourself entirely. Loving yourself is rooted in truth. It's rooted in truth about who are you really, not who you reflect to the world or society or your culture. It's like you're stripping down the layers, and what you will find out is that there are things about yourself that you really you don't like, but rather than mask it over, rather than try to um, cover up that weakness, and then when you come across someone who's secure in that area, they become triggering to you. Rather than run into those issues where you misrepresent yourself and others, the best way to survive that is to look at that place in you that you don't like and give it acceptance. You give it warmth because all the rest of you're gonna easily accept that. Like you're gonna easily accept how talented you are, how gifted you are, how attractive you are, you're going to easily accept that because, I mean, shit, it's right there in front of you. And for the ones who do struggle with that, who do struggle with their self, regardless if all the chips are there, and it's just they can't bring the feeling, don't go off of the feeling. Go off of facts. Like, gravity doesn't care about your feelings. It's just facts. It's going to keep me here as long as I'm here. If I'm out of gravity, I'm out of space, then I'm obviously going to get a different result, but I'm here on Earth. And so regardless of how I feel about gravity, every time I jump, I'm going to keep falling back down. I can't control that. So it's the same thing with yourself. It's like you're worth more than where life is taking you, than where social media is taking you, your followers, who can say, yo, you're the illest, yo, you're the dopest. I was following that fantasy, thinking that was gonna complete me as an artist, as a person. I'm like, man, there's no love in my city, there's no love in Boston, there's no love over here. Like, what's going on? No one's making it. And I realized the trouble is, a lot of us been through shit. A lot of the artists that are from Boston, that are from Dorchester, Roxbury, Mattapan, been through pain that you wouldn't imagine. You know, it's not advertised on the world like that, but it's trauma that you just can't even talk about. The families and the people who've been broken through the system, right? And then trying to find a way out, which is through creativity, through being an artist, through being a content creator. And through that, it's a fight uphill, you know, because we're still kids. We're still trying to provide for our mothers and our fathers. We're still trying to look out for our people, you know, and it's all these pressures. Who am I really? How can I accomplish all these goals without loving myself? It's not possible. And, you know, for the longest time when I was told to love myself, it was just kind of like, man, like, you should just do it. Like, you could just flip a switch and you could just love yourself. Nah, man, it's a journey. It's a decision. It's like you're putting yourself first. You know, you're not blaming people for shit. You're forgiving people because you realize that, man, if I really love myself, I'll help myself move forward any way possible. Even if it's forgiving someone who slighted me, who betrayed me, who snaked me, you know, someone who's close, who I trusted. I'm going to forgive them because I want the benefit of the strength. I want the benefit of who I want to be as a person in the future. I'll sacrifice the petty shit for the growth. And then how you know you'll get it is because you'll have it. You'll have it. You'll literally wake up one day and you have the benefits of, man, I'm so glad I didn't take revenge on that person. I'm glad I didn't do this or that, or I'm glad I put myself first. I truly love myself. And going from a dark place of wanting to kill yourself to wanting to love yourself, it's really real. And there's no drugs needed. There's no, you don't got to spend money for it. It's the freest thing you can afford when you don't got nothing. When you don't got absolutely a dollar to your name, friends, lovers, and nothing. That is your cue to now love yourself. And if you already been loving yourself at 10, you know, life, God is going to call you to crank it up all the way to 100. And I didn't know there was more levels to loving myself. You can't love yourself too much, as my therapist would say. So it's something where I want you guys to feel encouraged that, like, self-love doesn't look like the gumdrop stuff we see online, or, you know, in movies and films and all that, just what we grew up watching. Life is better than what we're seeing on our screen, on our phones. Like, what you are experiencing right now is amazing. You are a system of thoughts, of feelings, beliefs, energy. You know, when you discover yourself and you really see how much you have to offer, it becomes that much easier to be protective to others. It's that much easier to be a leader amongst others. And that's what I think is where we're at right now, where, like, we're all being challenged deep down inside. Like, who am I really? Everyone's being tested by their own trials and tribulations. You know, they're being tested by their own decisions. Like, oh yeah, you want to love yourself, but now I'm gonna put you in a situation where you're gonna question everything. You know, and then if you survive it, then you know for sure You don't need the same crutches. You don't need people calling you, texting you, sharing your videos, giving you a like. You won't need a subscriber. You just need you, which is, I think, the pinnacle of what we're all aiming for. Is this self-reliance, and God provides that self-reliance. God will provide that inner strength when everyone leaves you behind. Like, this is for the ones who relate, like for the ones who actually feel connected to a higher purpose. Maybe you was connected and got disconnected through external forces or internal forces. Either way, when you got a calling on your life and when you're chosen for something, there's no way out of it, yo. You're gonna try to find a job over there or a thing over there or that to distract you, and then God will move forces to where you're right in front of it again. And then you're gonna be feeling like, fuck, I'm too old for this. I'm too old to be doing the thing I want to do. It's too late for this. It's too late for that. Why am I constantly being bombarded with these emotions and these feelings and these drives to want to go for something that's dead? There's something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. It's letting you know it's still alive. It's letting you know the dream is still alive. That's where the frustration comes from. That's where the pull and the push and the what am I going to do next and why am I going to do it and who are my friends and who are my allies. And you got to be open. You got to be open to everything changing. You got to be open to your friends changing, your family changing. Because one thing I learned in therapy that they said is that, blood starts with family, but it doesn't end with family. So you guys could be my family. The whole world, anyone could be my cousin, auntie, uncle, father, mother, grandmother, grandfather. It's a perspective. It's a perspective that opens the world and it keeps people safe. It keeps family safe more than you think, because what you have to offer, what you have to say, it's not just me. My mouth, my words isn't speaking for everybody. I just speak for me. But you speak for you, that person speaks for them, we all speak for ourselves. Then all this weird stuff that's going on in our society today, where it's cool to be a snake, where it's cool to take advantage of the next person, when did that become cool? Well, when did that become the flyest thing ever? Oh, I just snake this person that I know. What up, yo? Come on, bro. How long is that gonna last? We can't do business with you. We can't build with you. We can't break bread with you. So it's like these people don't love themselves and they're trying to influence others to not love themselves. Just because a person is high up don't mean that they're high up. They want you to think that. You got to see deeper. You got to look beyond what people are showing you. That's the only way to survive. Because people are going to try to put film over your eyes. They're going to try to get you to see things that they want to see. And you don't have to listen. You don't have to listen to any of this. You don't have to do not a dang thing. Because guess what? I'm still going to benefit from it. Everybody else that's applying things are going to benefit from it. It's all good. So there's no pressure. There's no pressure to take in wisdom when you hear it. There's no pressure to act on it. But I guarantee you, once you do act on it, you will find that it's a very narrow road. And there's not a lot of competition. There's not a lot of people going down the road of self-improvement. Because, when you say you want to love yourself, that means you got to get through the things about your parts of yourself you don't like. And the thing is, you don't like them, so it's crummy. But then you learn to love yourself, and it's no longer crummy. So you got to make a decision deep within yourself. When is it going to be the day that I truly love myself? Am I going to wait till I get to a certain status, to a certain money, till I get that partner, till I get this and that? Because we all lost somebody. Everyone lost someone that they loved, that believed in them, that told them that there's someone important. And don't let their words be in vain. Don't let God's word be in vain. Don't let none of these things be in vain. Prove the right people right. Don't worry about proving the wrong people wrong. Just, they're going to be wrong. They prove themselves wrong every day. And if you're thinking wrong about yourself, sometimes you might prove yourself wrong. Like, dang, I thought I didn't really got it like that, but dang, look at me, I got it like that. And contrary to popular belief, you can't wait to fill up to something. You got to do it in order to get the feeling to do it. Like this video, I didn't have the feeling to do it. But once I started doing it, and started doing takes, over and over, all of a sudden it just started flowing naturally. I'm getting the energy from the action. And that's why we need God. That's why we need each other. Because sometimes our thoughts and our words, what's going on, the chatter, might distract us or talk us out of making the decision we need to make to get the energy to continue that momentum and that consistency. But we're going to be okay, because this information is getting out there. People are learning. We're sharing wisdom. We're communicating. This is a powerful thing to communicate and share.